All right. What's up, insiders? We're going to be doing a little bit of, we're going to be playing a little bit of poker here before we get these fights kicked off. Um, yeah, we got like what, less than an hour to the fights here. So I figured I was already just going to kill some time and play some poker. Till then, maybe get a quick little double up in. I am not much of a gambler, not really my forte. But some of you guys might know that I'm a somewhat avid poker player. Pretty decent poker player, I might add. Definitely made a lot more money playing poker than I have gambling or DraftKings or just betting on fights. I know a lot of you guys have, most of you guys have actually made like a decent chunk of change. Pretty sure, right? So Jimmy, gonna be doing a little, what I title this? Little poker breakdown, little how-to style. Just the basics of playing and succeeding at online poker, but I mean I suppose this just would apply to live poker as well if you're more into that. I will say one thing that I couldn't believe when I was like more of a noob in the poker world is for some reason I thought that like the less amount of money you play for, that would somehow make it easier, and that is true, but it's only true relative to where you're playing, whether that be online, like I'm playing now, or even live at a casino. So, um, playing for the lowest amount of money online is generally going to be the easiest games. Like right here, the max buy-in on this website is $10. So this is the lowest stakes you can play at online. Playing live, I mean, your lowest stakes is going to be like the ones and twos. You know, you're buying in for $100, $200, whatever the max is, and it's a lot more money than $10. You know, it's a lot more than $10. Obviously, it's still the lowest stakes. It's a lot more, but I would argue that they're pretty similar in difficulty. Maybe it's even harder online. The games online will always be harder by a general rule. I should start with that. And even though you're only playing for $10 here, it's actually very similar, possibly slightly more difficult than it is playing live, dude. Live, these guys are so bad, dude. The average player is just horrible. Even at two or $300 buy-ins. So we'll just kind of get into um what you should be doing. How's it going, Brian? What you should be doing to succeed in the online space. So the first thing you should be doing is you should be looking for players with bad or tables with bad players. So what I do on this website is I'll mark players based on how good they seem to be. And once you get kind of good at poker, it's easy to figure out like who sucks and who's good. It's really obvious. You start to kind of build a database. Like this guy down here, I already have marked red, and I use red. I can actually just use these as a scale. Like this is the worst players, and the best players goes forward towards like the gold, which it makes sense too with gold. You know, gold is like say they're like the best players. You know, like the champion style players. And then the red is like there's a target on those motherfuckers. Like I'm locked into these guys anytime I see them at a table. I'm trying to sit at their table. Like if we can get a whole team of just a whole table of just guys with I got a red marker on already, that's great. But ideally, you want to be to the left of the bad players. You want them to act right before you, and you want to be able to act right after them. So you're always reacting and acting and reacting to their plays, and um, they're just playing right after you. So it's like every bad play they make, you're able to react. And like, see, this guy just went all in on the fucking the river turn flop turn river, right? Yeah, I think that's right. He just went all in when there was like so much on the board there. There could have been a flush. If he didn't have the flush, if I had the best flush, he just loses all his money because he's just overexposing himself, overextending himself there. Kind of like it's just like bet. It's just a big no-no, unless you really got it and you think the other guy's gonna pay out to just throw all your money like that. So that's something that you should exploit. You take note of that, and that's a big part of poker as well, is just taking little mental notes of what mistakes guys are making, so then that way you can take advantage of them later. And as you can tell, man, I know a lot of shit when it comes to poker, dude. I'll keep it humble. I'm decent. I'm all right. So right now, I don't know. I'm just kind of breaking down what's going on at this table. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get a seat here. Uh, like if I were trying to get a seat here, this is really where I would try to be, to the left of this fucking fish right here and see, he just lost all his stacks. So see how this guy just took all his money. He's in an advantageous position by being next to the worst player, and he just took full advantage of it and just pretty much cleaned him out. And he's still in a great spot because he's got fucking almost two buy-ins in his stack, and this guy's super short. Another just textbook example of where you want to be. You want to be next to the bad players, and you want to be next to the short stacks. Like this guy, he's super short, and generally that's going to be one and the same, because you're actually at a huge disadvantage playing with a small stack like this if you're a competent player that wants to win. Because if you win, let's say you go all in with like one of your hands coming up, the most this guy can win is a little under $3, like 284 or whatever, and that's minus like the rake. That's not including the rake. So you always want to be at your strongest. So then when you do have a good hand, like even here, this guy's at $7, that's fine, because you'll maximize the amount you can win when you take on like a really big stack that's got more money than you. You're going to take all of this guy's. You're going to leave him with a couple bucks. You're going to leave this guy with a couple bucks. This guy's going to be down, to like $11, but you're going to still be maximizing your intake. Like this guy here is a bad player because he hasn't topped off yet. He's still sitting with his $1, and it's not good. Sometimes I'll do this though when I'm super short. I'll kind of stay there to try to battle back, because it's a good way to practice for like tournament play when you're super short, and you gotta play discipline, and get that stack back. So, but I already know this guy's a bad player because I have him marked here as red, locked in on him. So if this guy actually leaves here because he's kind of up, if he leaves, I'm trying to take this seat. So I actually might just stay here. And if I can take that seat and this guy doesn't leave, then now I'm in a spot to just start cleaning out this bad player. And this is kind of how it works, man. This is kind of the strategy. It's like, hey, you ain't here to be fucking nice to people, man. You're here to win money, and you gotta take advantage. And this is the cool part about playing poker as well, as opposed to like betting on fights, is you're not playing the house, right? You're not playing the fucking house, which is what you're doing in gambling and betting. You're trying to catch the house out of position. The house is very good at what they do. That's why they're setting the lines. So, the difference in poker is like, instead of trying to outsmart the house like you may do in maybe even games like blackjack or whatever, you are you're just outsmarting your fellow idiot, your fellow stupid gambler that doesn't know anything and never wins and never will. You're going against that guy. and it makes it a lot easier. Really, just it gives you the mathematical best edge, which is why I was always drawn to poker because it just seems simplistically, it just seemed like the easiest game to win consistently, and I guess the most fun because of that. You know, it's only fun when you're winning. It's not fun when you're not winning anything, and it's easier to win when you're playing, you know, that dumb guy that, you know, and maybe they're just people that just like to play for fun. You know, there's plenty of people that just like to play for fun and they don't take it as seriously. Um, I definitely play for fun, but I also just happen to take it a lot more seriously than, you know, most other people. You know, my goal is always to try to do it as a career, and I was pretty much on that path until fucking Corona shut down my local casino that I would go to. Still hasn't opened till this. They opened for like 2 weeks, like last March, I want to say last March, like a year ago, and they're still shut down. So thanks, Joe Biden. You know, shout out to Donald Trump. What do we got here, Jimmy? All the casinos discontinued tournaments because COVID. Hopefully that will return soon. Yeah, I was never a tournament guy, man. I was trying to see about making a transition into that because all the big players, a lot of the best players, a lot of players I respect, like what's his name, Ryan DePaulo, I think is his name, right? Um, everyone goes to the tournaments, man, because apparently mathematically and all that shit, apparently it's like the most profitable, the most opportune like style of play, you know, compared to like cash games, which is really just the only. I mean, there's only two, right? It's cash games where you go in and you sit down, you buy in, and then there's tournament play. So, um, I've always been a cash games guy because just coming in, man, I always just appreciated the fact that I could just come in with my stack. I come, I play well, I win, and I can just leave with my winnings. You know, it doesn't. I don't have to complicate it with blinds and, you know, like all these rounds and rest periods and it can get really complicated, dude. The game gets very, very complicated. I feel like even more complicated once you get into tournament play because you got to worry about blind sizes and what you should be doing when you're short. So much of tournament play is actually decided by what you do when you're short stacked and being able to survive being short stacked. One second. And really just being hard to kill, you know, just being hard to take out, being able to survive longer, getting past different what do you call it, like pay scales, you know what I mean, right? Like the jumps in the money, being able to survive, and really just being able to get a big stack and maintaining and playing with it, you know, well is obviously makes it easier. So this guy left, the horrible player's gone, and this is not a seat. I'll say right now, this isn't a seat you want to take, and I'll tell you why. And you can apply this to live games as well if you guys play live. But you don't want to be next to, you don't want to be to the left, like this guy here with the dragon. You don't want to be to the left of like bigger stacks like this, even a full, you know, buy-in of $10. You want to maybe not be to the left of that guy, but you definitely don't want to be to the right of like the biggest stack on the table or bigger stacks. Like this guy's got $20 already, so he's gonna have you covered anytime. So anytime you go in, it's like he's gonna be able to take your whole stack, guaranteed. Obviously, right? Because if you go in for 10, he's gonna be able to go in for 10. Uh, and you obviously don't want to be to the left of good players because then they're gonna be reacting to everything you do, and they're gonna have an advantage because they're gonna be able to see your every move before they act, and you'll never be able to see their move until after you act. So you're just always at a disadvantage there. So yeah, stay away from the big stacks being on your left. Like, see, this guy just went ahead and just took that spot, which could lead me to think that maybe he doesn't know. You know, he's either very good or he's not concerned with this guy having a bigger stack, which is definitely possible. But I think what's more possible is that this guy doesn't know what he's doing. So he's right next to that big stack. And I don't have him marked. So I'm just gonna put him down with this little blue one, like teal one, until I can kind of figure out what his deal is, or if I see him again, I'll probably remember him. Yeah, well, Jimmy, what casino would you go to? Were you going to Chumash? That's actually where I started going because this one closed down, and I had a fucking car before I fucking wrecked that thing and just got rid of it. Um, I was trying to drive out there, man, but it was 80 miles, dude. Fucking 80 miles just to get there, and then 80 miles back. So I was driving a little too far, man, for my liking every day. Or I was almost like it felt like I was spending more time on the road than I was like fucking playing, or just as much sometimes, you know. So it just like was a drag, dude. It was way too far to drive over there, and I couldn't really. And the other casino that's nearby, like in the other directions, like San Manuel, but it's literally the same thing. It's like 85 miles. It's literally almost the same. It might be an easier drive just going on the highways, but I mean now I don't even have a car. I can't go to either. I don't even know if they're open. Whatever. Let's try to get on a little table here. So maybe we can start talking some strategy before these fights start. So what we're looking for right now is we're looking for a short stack to sit next to. So every table I'm going to, I'm seeing like this guy's got 14, so you don't really want to be next to that guy. This guy's got 12. This guy's got 32, so that's the guy I definitely don't want to be next to. And I already got him marked purple, which means he's a decent player. This guy's decent too. Keep flopping over here. I got him marked green. Since he's a regular. Pretty. Yeah, so this is basically it's called table selection, you know. You should be looking to have good table selection when you're looking for a table just to give yourself the best chance at winning. And I used to play nine-handed all the time, even online, just because I thought it would like get me prepared for when I played in live poker, which a lot, you know, most live tables were nine-handed. So I thought I would play online. I don't really do that anymore. I just try to do what gives me the biggest edge. And mathematically, the best edge is playing with fewer players. Because if you just think about it, like if there's two people playing heads up, you know, it's like you have two people and each person has an opportunity of winning. You'd say like the implied win probability of each guy is 50-50, right? Because there's two. It's either one guy's going to win or the other guy's going to win. It's generally going to be the guy who's better. But if we don't know necessarily who's better, then what we do know is one guy can win, the other guy can win. And as you increase that, obviously it's going to go down. If there's three players at a table, you know, each player has an implied win probability, theoretical win probability of 33%. So as you increase that, as you can see, obviously it keeps going down. So you kind of want to minimize the amount of people playing because it'll maximize your likelihood of winning. And then that edge obviously goes up when you know you're like better than everyone. Like this guy here is pretty decent. Keep flopping. I've seen him around. He's up to $30 right now. He fucking cleaned the table out. No one even wants to play against him. Is this the movie 21? No. Wrong movie. I'm not that guy, dude. Wrong guy. Blackjack is gay, dude. Blackjack is actually pretty gay. Like, and you can't even. It's literally like illegal to be good at, and to win at blackjack. They just kick you out because you literally have to count cards. You have to count cards. If you're not counting cards, you're an idiot. And you're gonna lose all your money. But like, if you actually want to win and succeed, because winning is the most important thing. Um, you gotta you gotta count cards, and you're not allowed to. So fuck that. And if you play, I always tell people this, but if you play, and I see you there, Jack. If you play, or if you're good at poker, you don't get penalized by the fucking casino, and they ask you to leave because you're too good. If you're too good at blackjack, they literally ban you and say you can't come back for a year, or if you keep doing it, they'll ban you from, like, let's say you do it in Vegas, they'll ban you from every casino on the strip if you just keep doing it. There's no casino in the world that's gonna ban you for being too good at poker. You just keep winning money when you're good. Maybe what might happen is people don't want to play with you as much because they know you're good. Or you don't get as much action once people figure out that you're really good. But if that happens, those people are fucking pussies. You just go play somewhere else. You just go to a different casino. You just kind of you'll get action, dude. Players are gonna be bad. They're gonna try to challenge. People have egos, even if you are better than everyone. They're gonna try to take you on, even if they know you're good, and make tons of mistakes in the process, which is what you want. So right now, I'm still looking for a table. I've been here for 20 minutes now. Take note of that. Part of that's because I've been kind of breaking stuff down and talking to you guys, but you definitely want to take your time. It's not a rush to just jump in and start, unless you see the spot. Like, this wouldn't be horrible here, since I can't even find a table, man. This kind of entices me to just take this seat here, because this guy next to me he's at $8. He's a little bit shorter of a stack, right? We want to be next to the short stacks, to the left of the short stacks. And he's in a spot where it's like, this guy's already lost $2. He could end up losing more. Where in the future now, maybe he's at $3, he's at $4. So he's starting to be like a shorter stack where I can, maybe find a spot to just clean him out. And then even to the guy to my left isn't really like super deep. He's just got $11. And then this guy over here is also short. So I might take the seat. I'm gonna just take it now. And possibly play here if I can't find something better. And Lewis, we don't want to play there. No. All right, I think we're gonna play this table just so that we can get some real action going. This one's good too, but then we got keep flopping over here with like a giant stack. We don't really want to be to the left of him. He's too good for us. He's a little too good. Even here, no. Really, the best spot, the best seat I've been able to find here in like 20 minutes, 24 minutes. How's it going there, owner? Viva Russia. Russian, right? Shout out to Russia. Shout out to Putin. Putin's a great man, a profound man, taking on the West the way he is, man. Someone's got to do it. Shout out to Russia, real quick. Shout out to all the Russians in the chat. Let me get what's a Russian phrase? Whatever, you guys get it. All right, let's fucking get some action going here. We're getting raised, min re-raise. I don't know. This is just so weird. If I was suited, if I had like King 8 suited there, I'd probably just call that just to see what kind of hits, And then it's like, if I did, I had the spade, you know, if I had another spade on the king, I would have had like a flush draw there. Would have been real nice to play on. 10 ace offsuit. This is just standard. This is just what I'm going to be doing here is generally going to be textbook plays of what you should be doing. So on this spot, 45 cents is pretty good. We got a call, nothing on the flop. Got a 10 here. I think we should be betting this. And we win. Real nice and easy, see? Real simple stuff. Simple stuff. Try to keep the game simple. What are we at? 12:45 now. All right, we're like 20 minutes out from the fight. Somewhere around there. All right. Oh, I can't fucking move my mouse. So we got King Jack here. I'm fucking lacking here. So this is just another textbook raise, 4 times raise in position. And I didn't even talk about the button, but we are in position right now. We got the button over here. Which is basically, you know, the game goes like this, right? It goes in a circle. So like since everyone else has already folded, I'm basically to the next to the fucking I got the dealer button right now. Great spot. Got the jack on the flop, king kicker. We're gonna bet kind of small here, and we're gonna take it. See, we're able to take that one. Fortunately, here in this spot, technically, what we're supposed to do, we're supposed to raise. Actually, here, this is what the book says. This is what all the books say. Call? Can we call here? I think we got to call or we're gonna fold. Actually, I kind of want to see what this guy's up to. I don't know what he had there. Now he's gone. Noah Allen, I see you there in the chat. Welcome to the stream, man. I've just been doing a little poker breakdowns. Just kind of just real basic stuff of, you know, introduce you to the game, stuff you should be doing, shouldn't be doing. Are there any other poker people like in this community, man? Am I the only one that plays? Dude, I'm really trying to get other people. Here we go. So this is what you call like the best hand in the game, the second best hand. I don't know. Third best. Very good hand. That we yeah, this is what we want. We want people to raise us. So now we just raise back. This is where it gets kind of hectic, man. Okay. So we're basically good. We're going all in. Got the king. Hopefully no one's got trips. No queen, and we take this. All right. There it is. Very nice, very nice. Just fucking took that one pretty strong there. Cleaned this guy out. Took most of this guy's stack. We're up. We're up 65 big blinds, just like that. Comes quick. It comes quick in the poker world. Yeah, that was pretty sick. That was pretty sick. All right. This is another Another playable hand. You pretty much play these types of hands every time you get them. 8-9 suited, 7-6. So now we got a gut shot. Gut shot straight draw. Maybe I should have bet there. Not really gonna do much. So small. Take it. Check that. Fuck. All right. Well, this is pretty much like, I don't want to say a dream spot, but this is just a great spot. This is the type of spot you want to be in. You're the fucking, stack daddy, table daddy, biggest stack of the table. And I got two little baby stacks to my right, $4, $3. Prime real estate here, now it just comes down to being able to take advantage of this spot and maybe getting a little lucky too. Luck doesn't hurt. Away from that one. Wow. So this person's terrible right here. That pretty much told me that this guy Slug Nasty's a very bad player. This person over here raised like a min raise to like 20 cents, and this person min raised one after that to 30 cents with fucking king queen, which that's just a classic spot where you should be raising there to like 60 cents, not fucking fucking 10 more cents. Because if I had king 10 offsuit, if those were suited, if it was a suited hand, I would have called every time to 30 cents or 35, whatever it was. But since it was unsuited king 10, I just went ahead and folded it. This guy ended up winning. But it's like, what if I just call there and king 10 hits the board? This guy's fucked already because he's got the king queen, but I got two pair, and now I'm jamming him up. I'm re-raising anything he plays, and he's fucked. So horrible play by this guy, but it gave us great intel. And then here we just flopped the nuts. We got it straight. So now it's just a matter of figuring out what we're gonna do here. I'm just gonna check to this guy and see if girl queen, see if she wants to make a bad play. And since we checked the first time, we're kind of just gonna check a second time to hopefully bait this person into putting money in. And now we got nothing. So it's like the gamble didn't pay off. I feel like we gotta bet something here, but we ain't gonna win much. We'll take it. Yeah, there was just nothing there. This person would have needed to have been bluffing just ridiculously. And the second I raise, you know, that person's just gonna fold anyway. So that wasn't really a great spot. You need this person to be like trying to really exploit you there, or they got to have something that they think is decent and and are willing to take you on. You know, very few of those spots. Yeah, so right now we're up 66 big blinds, which is nice. We've only been playing here for about 10 minutes. That's a good little net positive there. I know this guy T Mills here, I already have him marked as a decent player, and he's willing to sit right next to me with me being the bigger stack, which means he's trying to test me right now. And I'm actually not going to let him. I'm actually going to get out of here now and not give him the spot to fuck me over, dude. You know, I'm just going to stick with my winnings here and just make out like a bandit. The only thing I'm going to wait for is for the blinds to come back around. If I get something good on these hands, I will take this guy on one last time before the blinds get to me. But I'm needing like tens or better. I need like ace queen, you know, maybe ace jack suited. I want something strong to take this guy on before I get out. Let's see. I think we got what, 2 more hands. Not gonna cut it. All right, last hand. Ace 3. Not gonna do it. All right. So that'll about do it. We're out with that $6, $6 net increase. If we can even get that on the screen there. Yeah, so that's how you do it, man. That's how you get in. You get in, you win, and you get the fuck out. I'm trying to get out here. You get out with the money you won, you know, solidify that profit, and look for another spot, you know, really. In this instance, I might just go and start looking for a new spot to go play at and try to go win another, you know, $6-10 and I'm just slowly building it up. But it looks like we're about 10 minutes out, maybe even less from these fights. So we're gonna about call it there. Probably do this again next week or something. I'm trying to get in, play a little bit more poker. I haven't been playing much lately, but be on the lookout for that. Till then, catch you later.